No matter how you cut it, it's the biggest story in sports today, and it's got the country divided right now. Tiger Woods is back. He's playing the Masters, and that for a lot of people means they're going to watch the Masters starting on Thursday, of course, through the weekend. Then there's the other side of it, which is F him. Drug addict, alcoholic, pill popper, philanderer, on and on and on. Why am I supporting that guy? Where are you? What side of the aisle are you on? Good afternoon, Evan. How are you today, kid?
How you been?
I've been fantastic. Now, I've always been a Tiger supporter as the golfer. I only watch golf events if Tiger's in it. If Tiger's not in it, I have no interest in it. And yet this particular comeback, which is off the charts ridiculous considering where he was 14 months ago, has captivated America. It's the only thing people are talking about. I went to a deli, Tiger Woods. I went to get eggs, Tiger Woods. I went for a walk around the block, Tiger Woods. That's the only thing people are talking about.
We go to very different places. When I went to a deli this morning, someone was complaining to me, why does James Johnson play as many minutes as he does?
Yeah, that's not true.
I go to weird places.
Yeah, you do. That was also your own kitchen, and it was your kids who put together a multimedia presentation based on Daddy's conversation last night when he got home. Yeah, it's so, like, I'm trying to think in my lifetime. Now, granted, it's not a team sport where, hey, there's a huge comeback, a great player. Steph Curry's coming back. Klay Thompson's coming back. Or, or pick your favorite team. I'm just using them as an example. I don't know in my lifetime and your lifetime if I've ever experienced what I'm experiencing right now.
I got an example.
But don't give me something that you're going to regret saying.
No, I'm going to give you an example.
Give me a real good one. Go.
Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods.
Yes.
Tiger Woods again.
Yes.
And again.
Yeah.
Only Tiger Woods.
I think when Tiger Woods had his whole thing, if you will, what was it, Thanksgiving?
Yeah,
or
when his
Christmas?
wife attacked the car with the golf club.
Attacks the car. He reveals his issues. I think every time we've ever seen a Tiger comeback, and we've seen a few Tiger comebacks.
You're sleeping with Rachel, you can tell.
Yes.
It's Thanksgiving.
It generates a lot of, I love Tiger. I can't wait to watch him. I hate Tiger. So I think the only comparable thing is Tiger Woods himself.
You might be right. Here's where Tiger is in such a rarefied air. And I mean it. I mean maybe a handful of guys at this level. So here's a guy who's not played competitive golf in over a year now. Catastrophic injury, almost lost his leg. He's been trying to rehab the leg, as I read today, by walking in the sand, walking in sand dunes, for the different undulation of the ground, etc. And, I'm thinking about it, and I'm saying to myself, is there anything in my life I've experienced like it? I haven't. Well, what is Tiger saying? Because he said he's coming back, he's going to play. So one of the first questions to him, and to me, for some reason, this was like Jordan-esque. I guess, for lack of a better example, Kobe-esque, okay? And they said, well, you're coming back to play. The Masters is a notoriously tough golf course, whatever. It's like a 9-mile walk up and down, up and down, up and down. Do you think you can win it? Answer, yeah. That's why I'm playing in it. And that level of, you want to call it ego, confidence?
I don't think it's ego.
I'm not sure what it is. I think is awesome.
Well, I think to get to the level that Tiger has gone to, you have to have that level of confidence. You have to have that belief.
And you do need an ego, for sure.
Sure, but it's ego and confidence, it's like, it's a tough line. When does it cross from a confidence in yourself?
Or positive to negative.
Right, to a complete ego. I think if any great athlete, if you ever talk to any great athlete at any point in their career, they always think they can beat you. They always think they're the best.
But didn't you expect, I heard the question, and it was a pretty quick answer, so I didn't have a lot of time to, deliberate how he was going to answer it.
Because he didn't pause, because that's the confidence he has.
You think you can win? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm playing because I think I can win.
I think Tiger Woods, in his mind, competes in the Masters not to show he can come back and play golf, not to entertain you. He comes back to win, to compete. Now, is he going to win?
Most likely not.
Probably. Is he going to make the cut?
Most likely not.
I mean, Tiger Woods has made the cut, if I'm not mistaken, in every Masters he's competed in except one. So his make the cut percentage is off the charts. I don't know if he's going to make the cut. I have no idea how he's going to perform. I don't know if he's going to pull out 6 holes in. I have no idea. But that confidence that he has, that's what the great athletes have.
And this is when you see the coverage of him, because he was all day today. He's like the only guy on the golf course, legitimately. in the coverage of today. They do like the par 3, they do the skills thing, they do the caddy tournament, all the fun stuff that's associated with it that gets a little bit of TV time. It's literally like he's the only guy playing the course. There's no one else that's ever been like that. I don't care what anyone says. In the history of golf, maybe not anyone since Ali, really, who's captivated so many people in the manner that he does. And then I see all, you know how Twitter is. I spend most of my day-to-day trolling people on Twitter.
I noticed
and
that.
just enjoying myself with the haters.
You were very active today.
Yeah, I know, because I don't know. I'm in a good mood. I prepared the show. I'm all good. And I figured let me have a little fun and engage on Twitter, which I don't do anymore because there's so many hateful, life-mongering people out there that have nothing else going on but to try to bring somebody down, right? So I started reading all the things. Oh, you support Tiger. Do you support driving drunk? Do you support driving under the influence of drugs? Do you support philandering? Do you support banging IHOP waitresses in parking lots? Well, maybe that one. Right, and on and on and on, right? And it dawned on me that, Tiger does listen to that stuff, and these are just bad people, hateful people who see somebody rebounding from life's problems and can't help but take another shot at them because their lives are so perfect, as I'm sure you know. God forbid you make a mistake. Now, yeah, some mistakes are worse than others for sure. But the amount of vitriol out there is probably equal to the amount of, ass kissing that's happening right now around Tiger too. So my question for you, Evan, is where are you at? Will you watch the Masters now because Tiger's in it?
Yes.
You will.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't have if he wasn't. You're captivated by it.
I would have if Sunday afternoon you've got a very compelling ending to the Masters.
Okay.
Was there any chance that at Thursday at 10:30 a.m. on day one I would tune in? No. Because what I've noticed about golf fans, I think you could hear it with a guy like BT who's a big golf fan. Golf fans also play golf. And they can almost try to relate themselves to what they're watching.
That's probably true.
I don't golf. You, for the most part, don't golf.
I have not golfed in a long time, but I did get invited to a golf tournament yesterday.
That doesn't count.
But I can't play because I got to do this stupid show.
That's your way of just name dropping or
I didn't say who.
dropping.
I didn't say who invited me, Willie
I
Colon.
got invited.
No, I did not say who invited me at all, Willie Colon, to his Fight Lupus golf tournament.
Would you rather play at the golf tournament than do the show? Because you just called it a stupid show.
Yeah.
Okay, then go play golf.
No, I don't take days off during important ratings periods.
So you're only doing it for the obligation, not for love. Boy,
if it were like July 2nd, I would go play in Willie Colon's golf tournament.
You're on your way out.
Now this way, I gotta go talk. I gotta go to the dinner instead.
I could hear it. Once the job becomes a job, you're done.
No, as my main man Inky Johnson said today, do you do this because you have to or because you want to?
Based on that answer, it's because you have to.
Yeah, pretty much. I want to and I have to. It's a double dip.
There's no shot. This is what you and I have in common. There's no shot you or I would be watching the Masters on day one of Thursday at 11:30 a.m.
That's very true.
Because Tiger is competing and because of what he's coming off of. Like if this was 5 years ago, I'd be the hateful jackass. I'd be the guy saying I'm rooting against Tiger Woods.
Got it.
But here's what's simple for me. Tiger Woods almost died a year and a few months ago.
Yeah, 14 months ago.
There's no opinion I have
13,
about
whatever.
Tiger Woods or any athlete that would make me not root for somebody who came off of as near-death an experience as one could have. So as a human, do I want to see Tiger Woods, who could have died 15 months ago, perform well at the Masters? Yes.
I want him to win it.
Yeah.
Because it'd be the greatest. Sure. I'm trying to think, like, if Tiger Woods wins the Masters, let me just be clear, he's not going to. So save your money, and everybody's running to the sports books and putting money down on Tiger to win
55 to 1.
Yeah, Tiger Woods is not winning the Masters. Sorry. I wish he would, though. I'm rooting for him, too.
No, I would end up rooting for him.
But I don't think that makes me a bad guy because I want to see Tiger Woods win. Tiger Woods is the only compelling story in a sport that I find otherwise more boring than baseball.
But you have to admit, him playing well, even if he's not competing, is enough to still be drawn in and compelled by what you're watching.
Like you really, in reality, what golf needs for this weekend, he doesn't have to win it.
Get to the weekend.
He's got to get to the weekend and be relatively like 7 shots away.
I was just going to say make the cut.
Like, no, but if he makes the cut and he's 10 shots off,
he's still
not
playing.
as great a story.
Yeah, listen, if he makes the cut at the Masters 14 months after he almost died.
Right.
That is an amazing story.
It is?
Yes.
Okay, it is. I'm with you on that.
And
it's better, though, if he's in contention.
Well, look,
could you imagine Jim Nantz would pee in his pants if he announces Friday, Tiger Woods has made the cut?
Look, but what you're describing is you're trying to describe like this dream scenario. It's almost like this pitcher coming off Tommy John surgery comes back and throws a perfect game. That's not going to happen, but maybe them coming back and pitching well. And that's all you're looking for here. He makes the cut. That's an incredible story. And yeah, for one of the first times in my life, I'm rooting for the guy because he almost died 15 months ago.
So that's the only reason you're rooting for him is because he's back from near death?
Only reason.
Only reason at all?
Only reason.
In your lifetime, other than Tiger the last time, is there any story like this that you could say, well, all right, I've kind of been through this before?
It only can be an individual because I think what complicates team sports is that your liking of a team and disliking of a team always supersedes everything. So like when A-Rod made his comeback after a steroid suspension, if you're a Yankee fan, it didn't matter what you thought of A-Rod. You wanted him to do well because you're a Yankee fan.
Sure.
So I think
get
when it comes to team sports, it's not comparable. So it's got to be an individual. So now you think about all the other individual sports we care about. Is there a boxing story that matches this?
I mean, Ali.
Yeah, but that was before my time. Yeah. I don't remember watching that, obviously.
And Ali, obviously, circumstances were very different, but I wasn't around for it either. But I got to imagine Ali's first fight after the
100%
suspension had to be world news.
How about
it? Had to be like back then, no joke, people would listen to it on the radio. And I guarantee you that was one of the most listened to radio broadcasts in the history of radio.
When Tyson came back after prison, not people were rooting for him, but people were watching.
But
people
funny
were
you say
intrigued
that.
by him.
Here's what I find. There's going to be a segment of people, and you see a lot of it on Twitter for sure, and I guess other social media platforms, that are just going to blindly hate the guy forever. Right? That guy can't do anything in his life to ever overcome the bad things that he's associated with, right? Mm-hmm. But what's amazing about this, and I say this, Evan, because, and I know it's going to be a weird comparison for you to comprehend or to digest, those 3 or 4 girls on TikTok the other night who were with O.J. Simpson, there are, for some reason, celebrity has such an impact on some people, not all for sure, where it almost doesn't matter what you do. There will be a large group of people there to kiss your ass and root for you to do well.
Yes.
Now, there are some people that will never forgive Tiger for his transgressions. I get that. Some people will never forgive me for my transgressions, and on and on and on. But then there's a group of people who, I guess there's 2 other groups. There's one group that says, listen, if he proves it to me, I'm okay with it. I got to just see him go through the steps so I know that he's for real. Okay, I'm living that. But then there's the other side of the people who Tiger could have raped a collie, right? In an open field in broad daylight. And the fact that he's coming back now, there will be sycophants who are on his jock.
No question. OJ's a great example.
And I find that fascinating.
Yeah.
Like, what? How, like, OJ killed 2 people, and there's 3 or 4 young, in their early 20s, young women who are with him, waking him up in bed.
Right.
Who have not a care in the world that he might have a knife down there and he might stab somebody and kill you, right? Clearly he's not going to.
Maybe they just assumed he
he
wouldn't do that again.
Right, so it's fascinating to me how some people will never forgive and some people forgive overnight.
Right.
I just want to be a part of the, I guess, the next chapter of success in the celebrity's life.
Or sometimes, I'm thinking about Tyson when he came back after prison. I think some people ignore anything that happened off the field or out of the ring and just say, hey, I remember my childhood, and I remember loving the machine that was Mike Tyson.
Sure.
And so I think sometimes you just ignore that other stuff and say, all I care about is the athlete. I loved watching the athlete. Now I want to see him do it again. Like, I'm sure there are people who are simply rooting for Tiger Woods because they grew up with Tiger Woods winning majors. So it'd be like it would almost be a reminder of one's childhood to see Tiger Woods competing to win another major.
Meanwhile, the Mets got some good news today. Looks like Scherzer's going to pitch in Game 2. Of course, none of you will see that because it's on Apple TV+. But bad news today with the performance of Taijuan Walker.
You're not thinking this straight, are you?
What happened?
So let me walk you through this.
Yeah.
And then your brain will light up.
Go ahead.
The forecast for Thursday in Washington, D.C. is really bad.
Is it the same as here?
It's the same.
Oh.
If they rain out Mets Nationals on Thursday, that would mean opening day is on Friday. And that would mean opening day is on Apple TV.
Right. So you're a diehard Met fan. There's a high-level probability based on the weather that none of you will see opening day this
You
year.
can still watch it. All you've got to do is go to Apple TV.
So there's going to be a lot of people that won't. A lot of people will, of course, but there's going to be a lot of people that are not going to see the Mets opener. That's just awesome.
I mean, it's possible. I was analyzing the forecast earlier. It's supposed to be terrible.
And that
Thursday.
would mean that Scherzer would pitch opening day, I assume.
Yes.
But you just wouldn't be able to see it. So you got that. Taijuan Walker got shelled today. And then there's some questions as to why he was pulled out of the game and didn't continue.
Knee issue.
Is it a knee issue?
His knee's bothering him, but he should be ready for the start of the season.
3/5 of your starting rotation?
I know. This is why.
Already down?
This is why you need 8, 9, 10, 11 starting pitchers. That's why having guys like Trevor Williams is important. That's why having guys like David Peterson and Tyler McGill. That's why it's important. Jordan Yamamoto. You need a lot of guys to get through a season. And unfortunately,
how do I get through the opening series?
I know, and unfortunately, the Mets are dealing with it right out of the gate.
And, of course, tomorrow's the highly anticipated return of Wag Wednesday. Who's lined up for Wag Wednesday tomorrow right now, Thomas? Who do we have in the bin ready to entertain the audience at 5 o'clock tomorrow? A little pre-promotion. What do you got? I don't see him grabbing a microphone.
He's getting his headset right now. Just give him a moment.
He doesn't need a headset. He just needs his mouth here.
Well, he has a spokesperson.
Who is lined up for tomorrow for the aforementioned highly rated Wag Wednesday segment?
Highly rated, very highly rated.
Yeah, I know.
Right now, nobody, but we will have somebody tomorrow for Wag Wednesday.
It can't be a repeat of anyone we've previously had.
Well, that's not true, because if I told you Kelly Stafford, you would have her.
No, I would not.
Yes,
I would
you
not.
would.
No, I would not.
Oh, come on. You wouldn't have Kelly?
No, I would
really?
not. We just had her on 2 weeks ago.
Well, now I have to cancel her.
I would not have Kelly Stafford on tomorrow.
Kelly, we're sorry I have to
there's
cancel.
plenty of Instagram models that I'm sure are happy to come on.
Plenty.
And you've really nothing else to do during the week, so I'm looking forward to whoever it is that you book. But it can't be a rerun. That's, defeats the purpose.
No reruns. And as soon as we know, I'll let everybody know.
Yeah, so I'd like to have that locked in today so I can promote it. Because everyone on Twitter is very excited for it. Very excited for it.
As soon as I know, I'll let you know.
No, I know. But today would be a good day to let me know.
Oh, I'd love to know by in a minute from now. Believe me.
Well, just, you've one job here, and that's book Wag Wednesday. I'm sure you'll do it. You've done it so well thus far. I'm sure you'll continue to do so.
I will.
All right. 877-337-6666. Your call's coming right up. Tiger's coming back. What do you compare it to? And be honest.
I got one.
Go ahead.
Lance Armstrong.
Stop it. When did he disappear?
He had cancer.
Yeah.
Then he came back and won 85.
Did he lie about having cancer?
No, he had cancer. Then he won a bunch of Tour de France's.
Yeah.
Then we found out he was a cheater.
Oh, he
Remember that
didn't
whole
lie
thing?
about the cancer?
No.
He lied about he was taking PEDs?
Well, yeah, so he had cancer.
Right, the
comes
yellow,
back.
that's where we got the yellow bracelets.
Right.
Yeah.
He wins 35 Tour de France's in a row. France, whatever.
Yeah.
Then we find out he's a doper.
Yeah.
So does that eliminate the comeback? Because it was a pretty amazing comeback.
People don't like him.
Yeah,
and
because he's a liar.
Yeah, but see, all right, after the break, I have a counter to that.
A counter to what?
After the break.
That he's not a liar?
No. After the break.
Oh, I can't wait to hear that.
You hold on to that. Hold on to it.
So
you
what
own that.
What are you telling me?
I've got
after the break, a counter
I've
to
got
what?
something positive to say about him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That he made love to Sheryl Crow?
And dumped her when she was diagnosed with breast cancer, I think.
Right. So where's the positive?
Yeah. He's not a good guy, for sure. It's as bad as Albert Pujols leaving his wife after 21 years while she's under anesthesia for major brain surgery. Yeah, I've decided I got to go. Yeah, not good. But there's a flip side to that guy, the other guy,
okay.
the bicycle.
Lance Armstrong.
Yeah, Lance Armstrong.
Yeah.
I'll give it to you.
I can't wait.
I'm going to give it to you
I'm
hard.
very, very curious.
Just the way you asked for it.
Give it to me as hard as you can.
877-337-6666.